Okay, so let's talk about tariffs. You guys can join me in my hike here. How will tariffs affect businesses? It's sort of a mixed bag, and I'm gonna tell you exactly how that works out. So obviously increased tariffs are being threatened. And a lot of folks, frankly, they really don't understand tariffs. You have one side that says this is ridiculous. Tariffs are always bad for free markets. And then you have another side that says, hey, they can be a stick and they should be used, judiciously when needed. And they're a great bargaining tool. So I'm going to tell you, as a founder of a company, I ran it for 20 years, sold it to private equity. We did mid 8 figures. It was a big company, a national company, and tariffs really affected us big time. Okay, so tariffs are really bad for a consumer products company if your margins are, say, 50 or even 60% or less. They really affect you, okay? Because tariffs come in, you're 50%, all of a sudden, your prices need to go up 20-30%, depending on the tariff increase. And there were a lot of exemptions that came in, which a lot of people who aren't in the industry don't understand. Tariffs were thrown like a huge wide net, and then inside that wide net, all these little exemptions were pulled out. And so people would kind of position their products and change their codes and get into one of those categories where the exemption was, and then they would be free of tariffs on part of their inventory, potentially. So that happened to a lot of folks. But tariffs were really disruptive. Where are they not disruptive? When your margins are like 80-90%. So if you're selling stuff that just has huge markup, and trust me, there's a lot of things that have 80-90% markups, then tariffs are just small potatoes when it comes to that. There's other issues, and they don't really affect things. So think of like larger appliances, larger goods, anything that's you're paying a couple $100s for, those margins are slimmer, and tariffs massively affect it. Then we realize that we can't sell our stuff into China. I can't go over there and sell stuff. Our software companies, they can't run social media in China. So there's a flip side that people are completely ignorant to. Like, would we really do trading with a partner when they can sell whatever they want over here, and they can come in and sue us when we do things wrong, but we have no legal authority over there? We can't sell anything, most of the things we want to over there. And if we do, our tech is stolen, et cetera, et cetera. It's like, honestly, the people who have been running the government are, like, in my opinion, are they just not very intelligent. I could probably use different words. Why would you be taken advantage of? Why would we have a thing where it's like, well, come on guys, we want, free markets so we can all buy cheap crap and send our money abroad? How does that make any sense for the next generation? So we can actually run a deficit. We're running a deficit, and those extra dollars that we're borrowing from the future generation are used to buy cheap junk where the profits go abroad and where we can't sell into that trading partner's country. I have no idea how. I went to a state school, okay? This is like not a very highly regarded institution. Long Beach State. It's okay, it's an okay school. And these guys who are making this policy, and gals, you go to Harvard and Princeton and all these, and they don't have any common sense. It's absolutely crazy. So when I started the video, I didn't know I was going to turn into this rant, but let me know what you guys think in the comments about that. If you agree, disagree. There's so many, to me, and I am a free market guy through and through. I'm a capitalist through and through. I believe in meritocracy. It's like everything should be judged on your output and what you go and, grab for yourself and what you make for yourself. We shouldn't be giving things away to even the score. This is like not very smart either. So that's my mindset, sort of libertarian type of worldview. But to be taken advantage like this, and for people to actually not see it, or for those same people to say, well, but prices will go up, and free market's better for everybody. And free market's not better. It may be better for you today. That's how they think. Nobody thinks like 30 years in the future. They think one day, like tomorrow. Sure, it's better. You can go buy that for cheaper. What's that going to do to your kids? Where are those jobs going to be? What's that going to do to the strength of the economy way down the road in the future, where one country or others are always having the advantage on the trade policy? How is that a good long-term strategy? And how did smart people make that strategy? It seems like the most obvious, dumbest thing I've ever seen, yet that's what we're doing, and that's what we've been doing. So it's going to be interesting to see how that changes. And the funny thing is, like, the reporters will always say the same thing. The reporters will come in and interview somebody on the new administration. Well, aren't tariffs bad? And actually the response isn't even that good. It's like, how come the response should be, well, is it fair trade? Can we even sell into these other countries? No, we can't in many cases. So yeah, it's a crazy world out there. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about it. 2025 is sure to be a volatile year. So we all gotta kind of be ready for that, but could be a lot of good changes as well. So let's see.